What's up, everybody? I know that nutrition is an area that a lot of us struggle in or have struggled in. I know I've struggled with this area in the past. So, excuse me. I wanted to shoot a video of a day in the life of what I eat for the simple fact of showing how nutrition can really be simple to get healthy foods in consistently, how it doesn't need to be time consuming, how prep can really be easy. The way that we eat can not only nourish our body, our health, our mind, can fuel our performance when we're exercising, can help us recover from said exercise, and just leave us feeling good, not having those energy crashes throughout the day, feeling like we need a nap or need a coffee or things like that. So this is the day before. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up, kind of take you through the day with me, compile a little video, and I hope it's helpful out there and you have some good takeaways.
All right, gang, good morning. So woke up a little bit before 6 o'clock today, do the routine, let the dogs go out. The first thing that I take in the system is water. So I usually like to do that with water with lemon and get that to rehydrate from a night of sleep, which is just dehydrates us. Then I'll go into coffee, big part of my morning, and I'll French press my coffee and then add MCT oil to it, and that's about 14 grams of fat. I tried fasting through COVID, and I enjoyed some benefits, and one was transitioning to bulletproof coffee. At the time, I was having butter with that too. I since eliminated that, and I just strictly drink coffee with MCT oil. I blend that up in a little Ninja blender, and the taste, the mental stimulation, the focus that comes with it for the next few hours, I just love. So that's how I'll transition into the next, phase of what I'm about to do. Helps me gear up for this next block, which is I'll do a little self-care first. I'll meditate, I'll stretch, following the GoWOD mobility app. I'll read a little bit, and then I'll write or journal. And then from there, I'll get a little bit of work done, depending on how much time is left before heading into the gym for the day. All right, so I'm going to head into the gym. I'm actually going to take the 10 o'clock class today. That is in about 90 minutes. So here is going to be my pre-workout fuel or snack. So I have here 2 mandarins, an RX bar, and dates. And I'm going to eat about 5 dates. So with the RX bar, I'm going to get about 23 carbs and about 12 grams of protein. Just enough to fill me, not tip me too far one direction, being about 90 minutes out from exercise. The 5 dates are just enough to give me energy, supply me with the carbohydrates I need. There's about 31 carbs in about 5 dates. And again, not sit heavy on the stomach. And then a little bit of fruit, a little bit of nutrients in the mandarins, and that gives me another about 20 grams of carbs. So carbs, I'm sitting at about 50. 73 roughly with the RX bar included. So that's great for pre-workout fuel, pre-workout energy to help me sustain and give me what I need for the training I'm about to go through with the class. And then I get a little bit of the protein I need from the RX bar. So this is a really good go-to pre-workout for me that, again, I could eat this within 90 minutes, sometimes even an hour before exercise, and it doesn't disrupt my stomach or make me feel nauseous with whatever we do in terms of training. So this is meal number 1. So I know that I have to plan ahead. I know that I'm going to take class, probably do some accessory work after, take a shake, a banana, which I'll show you guys. But I'm going to need a meal while I'm at the gym. So after that shake, about an hour later, is the ideal time to get in your post-workout meal of protein and carbohydrates. So that meal is going to be the meal that I'm going to prep now. It's going to be eggs, spinach, some egg whites, and oatmeal, and I'll show you guys what that product looks like. But it's also a very easily timed meal to prep and make. So I'm not gonna record the process, but I'll just check how long this takes me to prep. And I'll kind of go over the ins and outs once I make the meal. So thinking ahead and planning ahead for your day, that's a critical thing to keep in mind as you navigate through, so you don't get caught not eating or eating out at places or things that just aren't gonna serve you. So I'll get to it. I've got two spoiled pups to a fault of my own, and we've developed this ritual every morning where, you know, Daddy usually does 2 eggs and then half of the third egg and gives them the yolk of that egg. Today I only have 2 eggs, so I'm gonna have to bump up the egg whites. Talk about being adaptable, right? Just so I could give them that yolk, because I know it's something that they look forward to. So check it out. So, gone in seconds. All right, guys, just wrapped up some training, hopped in the class, had a great workout. We did some back squats, some thrusters, and some chest to bars. So post-workout, within, I would say, 20 minutes of the class, I had a fit aid, so it extended out my window a little bit. My protein of choice is Proper Recovery, and I take in 30 grams of protein, and it also has carbohydrates. So I took in 30 grams of carbohydrates there, and I'll also eat a banana, which is about somewhere in the ballpark of like 18 to low 20 carbs. So I'm getting an immediate 30 grams of protein and near 50 or so, you know, give or take a little bit more, a little bit less, grams of carbohydrates to replenish what I just expended in my exercise, my training, and that aids in recovery. Insulin levels, keeps me level. So from here, about an hour from now, I'm gonna have that meal that I made of the eggs, the oatmeal with the seeds, and the blueberries. And that'll be, what's that, meal number 2? You know, this will be a little snack.
All right, so meal 2. This is the meal I prepped earlier. My eggs, ground turkey, egg whites, spinach with some oatmeal, some seeds, and some blueberries. I'm gonna take this in now, and that will be my post-workout meal, giving me about 30 plus grams of protein, upwards of 90 grams of carbs, a little bit of fat in there through the eggs, some in the seeds, and obviously the oil that I cooked with, but we wanna keep that low post-workout. So meal number 3, this might be my favorite meal of the day. I had some of the things prepped already. I had sweet potato already boiled and ground turkey already made. So this meal took me about 10 minutes to prep, and I'll show you what it is. So we have at the base sweet potato, and I know I measure that out. So 2 things that I wanted to touch on here is I use a food scale for my protein to make sure I'm getting enough, and with some carbs. So the sweet potato, I just wanna make sure I get enough. So I know about 266 grams is about 54 grams of carbs. That's my base. Then I have about 5.5 ounces of ground turkey. That's a protein source. I have a little bit of sprinkled goat cheese in there. You can't see it. It's layered sweet potato, ground turkey, goat cheese, and then on top is the veggies. The veggies are mushrooms, zucchini, red pepper, and at the very top it's an avocado, half of an avocado. And those veggies were just cut up and sauteed in avocado oil on my cast iron pan. I season those veggies with Montreal steak seasoning so they don't taste bland or boring. And I drink it with lemon water. And very last but not least, I give the potato skins, which are healthy, to my little sidekicks here who wait patiently for Daddy to feed them, because they know when this meal is going down. The very last meal of the day, meal number 4, is a pretty big one, and it is going to be a cup of dry jasmine rice. This is, I don't measure out the green beans, and there's about 6 ounces of chicken breast here that I made this marinade, and the marinade that I make is in this little shot glass here, very small, and it's mostly balsamic vinaigrette with a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of garlic powder, and a splash of cinnamon, vanilla infused maple syrups for flavor. So I'll put that over the chicken, which kind of blends into the rice a little bit for flavor. The chicken I season with bold spicy chipotle, kickin' chicken, and a little bit of barbecue. The green beans are these bags that I just poke holes in and will microwave for about 6.5 minutes. The rice, I put a cup of jasmine rice into a cup of boiling water, and that cooks in about 7 to 8 minutes. And I'll put the marinade in the chicken over here. And so this meal gives me about 130 to 35 grams of carbs, about 30 plus grams of protein, and I use a little bit of butter, like less than a tablespoon for the rice, salt, and a little bit of olive oil throughout the cooking as well. So the fat probably is somewhere in the neighborhood of 20. So the total breakdown, to give you context, is today was, I put this into my Fitness Pal to kind of track, make sure that I don't undereat. 3,700 calories, just over that, with protein being about 187, carbs 415, and fat around 156. Now, obviously, I'm not trying to eat to lose weight, so most of my meals have a good amount of carbohydrates. If that was your goal, you would obviously reduce those down. I'm eating for health. I'm eating to maintain my weight, and even gain is okay, to recover and to perform my best. So that is a day of eating, a day in the life of my eating with Coach Shawn.